Hello everyone, this is Mr. Informal back with my thoughts, analysis, and rant. I hope you are doing well today because as of right now, I'm a bit excited for a certain company. And as with the title, I'm pretty sure you can guess it. I want to talk about the Sony Xperia 1 2. Mark II version 2 or part 2 of the Xperia 1. Now this is just based on specs. I've seen few videos here and there, but this phone looks like a monster. What I mean by a monster is it is spec heavy. It is basically what a lot of people have wanted, that Sony should have made, could make actually, and must make. But you know what, let's get on with the specs first, okay? So it is 6.5 inch screen with a resolution of 1644 by 3840, that's 21:9 ratio, with a monster 643 pixel per inch density OLED display. Corning Gorilla Glass 6, comes with Android 10, Qualcomm 865, which is the latest and greatest. It comes with expandable memory, 256 gigs of storage with 8 gigs of RAM. Now this is one of the biggest features. It has 3 cameras in the back: 12 megapixel f1.7, 24mm wide. Comes with OIS and phase detect. We'll get to that phase detect later. 12 megapixels to f2.4, 70mm, that's telephoto or zoom with phase detect. 3 times optical zoom, OIS. 12 megapixel f2.2, 16mm ultra wide, dual pixel phase detect with no OIS in that one. It comes with a 3D depth lens, and certainly all 3 of them comes with Zeiss lenses. Optics. Video features are 4K, 24, 25, 30, 60, 1080, 30, 60, 120 with EIS and OIS combined. The most disappointing thing about this is that the front camera is only 8 megapixels f2.0, 12mm, no OIS. It comes with a headphone jack, dual speakers. Certainly the sound, the Bluetooth is 5.1 with aptX and also LE. And then comes with USB 3.1, so you got a headphone jack and USB Type C. So we got a fingerprint side mounted sensor, 4000 milliamps battery. I'm not sure how that's gonna be in this high resolution screen. It has fast charging, wireless charging, and will come black and purple. And the prices is we're looking at $1,100 to $1,400 depending on where you live, dollars. So this is a monster heavy camera. Not only that, when you're taking pictures, it comes with RAW support. It has eye tracking autofocus. It has, based on the pictures and videos, it has fast autofocus. It has a dual diode photo sensor, and the sensor is actually quite big. It's actually 1/1.7 inch sensor, which is what you see in the Canon S120, if you know about that camera. But in any case, it's a pretty good sensor. It has advanced video controls to those who like to take videos, and also cinematography. And obviously the 3.5mm jack is very well tuned. It has some audio hardware, not sure what it is, but based on the marketing of Sony, that's what they have. And certainly the colors we're looking at so far, black and purple. And you know what? I'm feeling this phone. So let's get to my thoughts. I'm liking this phone so far based on specs, but I don't know how it is on video. I need to see more because apparently we don't know what's going on because Sony hasn't really released it to the press. I mean the actual phone, that is. So what's my analysis on this? Man, you know, depending on the price of this, it may make or break this phone. Sony wants to be seen as a high-end brand even when it comes to smartphones, which they are, and yet their device themselves don't feel high-end. So I don't know how this phone will be received, and I don't know how this phone will sell. But if the photos actually come out correct, come out probably the best, but that will depend on Sony's algorithm and softwares. If it's the best, if it's basically the great video smartphone, I mean, it will sell. But again, will it sell as the Galaxy S20s, the iPhones, the OnePlus? Will it sell that much units? I don't know. All I can say is that Sony has something going on this phone, and yet I won't be surprised if they suddenly fail. And I really want this phone to sell because of its features, of what it can do. It has all the makings of a great smartphone. Now let's see if Sony can execute it. Now let's get to my rant here. First of all, the price. If the price is $1,100 to $1,400, whatever, depending on the what Sony does, because based on the news, I'm looking at around $1,200, could be, whatever. That's a lot of money. I mean, would I get this than the Galaxy? I don't know. The only difference I think this would put it above on the Galaxy is the audio, the headphone jack, and also the audio hardware on it, and certainly cinematography. But we'll see. And I just want to let you know that this actually sync with Sony Alphas if you have the camera. Another one is the photo results is still to be determined. As you know, Sony makes the best phone camera and even actual camera sensors, and yet their software sucks compared to others. And why is that? I don't even know. So that's still to be determined. Number 3. Why did it take this long for Sony to make this type of phone? You and I both know Sony is capable of making these type of phones. Why now? I really don't get it. Why now? The audio jack, it is 24-bit. I was hoping for 32. I mean, hey, depending on the hardware, it might be good, right? The front camera, obviously, is terrible. I think it's terrible because no OIS, and I've had Sony phones before. When it comes to the front camera, it sucks. So I don't know how this is going to be. So, man, you know, this phone, like I said, this phone has a lot of things going for it. It's spec heavy. Everything seems to be correct. Headphone jack, cameras. I mean, the storage, the 8 gigs of RAM, the resolution, the pixel per inch density, the IP65 rating, I mean, it has all the makings of a great smartphones here. And I really hope this does well, but I'm sure Sony will find a way to mess it up. You know, let me know down in the comments of what you think of this phone right here. I know this is kind of a quick recording of my thoughts, analysis, and rant, but there's not a lot of info about this phone based on the videos, based on the specs. I mean, I can only read the specs so much, but I need to see what the actual usage of this phone. So that is my take, my thoughts, analysis, and rant of the Sony Xperia 1 2. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.